Alright, hello everybody. Hello, what is going on? Welcome to my gameplay stream for today. I am Darkside Phil. I'm in a good mood today. Feeling good, feeling better than I have recently. Even though I am still a little gunked up here. My health has been feeling a little better. My throat's been feeling a little better. I think it's because the weather here has finally turned. It is now cool. It is not blazingly hot anymore. I don't need to have the air conditioner on 24/7. I do have it on right now because if I didn't have it on right now, the office would be about 85 to 90 degrees, but I didn't need it on all last night. I wasn't sweating profusely like crazy like I've been doing for the past 2 months. I actually got a good solid sleep for once, which is a rarity these days with all the shit that's been going on with me. But yeah, I woke up feeling, surprisingly enough, not tired. Feeling, actually energized. I'm not drinking an energy drink today, folks. I know, it's a rarity. Usually I'm drinking my V8 energy drink or a Mountain Dew Kickstarter energy drink. No, today I'm just having a seltzer water here as I prepare for the gameplay stream. So, welcome everyone to that gameplay stream. Let's talk a little bit about what you can expect today and some of the stuff going on today, because there is some new stuff I'm trying out today. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so first off, today is my third day of Destiny 2 gameplay. What I'm attempting to do today as I start is there's a solo mission that unlocked yesterday during my co-op portion of the playthrough. This co-op mission, or excuse me, this solo mission is to unlock the brand new subclass for the Warlock class that I'm playing. Apparently, each class in the game has a new unlockable subclass via a series of, grinding. First, you have to find this unique item via a quest. Then you have to grind to charge that item with energy. And then you unlock a new subquest by which you can unlock your new subclass. So, that's what I'm going to be starting with today. I'm going to be doing this solo mission to unlock my new subclass, and I hope it goes well. I would like to see what the new subclass is and try it out. Some people have actually said they've already done it, and it's actually a really good subclass, and they hope that I use it. So that's a good thing, right? That'll be something different, and actually something, different from the original game, something brand new. Then, once I'm done with that mission, I don't know how long it is, but once I'm done with that, I will be rejoining some others for co-op. Right now, guaranteed today I have Brian, who was on my co-op stream on Wednesday. He is I Am Forever Strong. He also goes by Tiger Power Gaming. He goes by a lot of stuff online. He'll be rejoining me. And then I'll be looking for a third. It looks like, I believe Kekken is actually here already. So, as long as everything goes according to plan, maybe that'll be the party for today. We'll see how things go. Once we get to that portion of the stream, alright? So then the remainder of the stream after I finish that solo mission will be us doing co-op. Sound good? Alright, so that's the plans for today's Destiny 2 stream. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll be streaming till around 5 p.m. Pacific time here, so good, between, 3 to 4 hours of solid co-op, well, it's not all co-op, but solid gameplay for you here. Hopefully you're entertained. There will not be a second stream tonight. Tonight I am going to be running around doing my errands for the week. Grocery shopping and the like. Also tonight I'll be uploading more Ultra Street Fighter 2 matches from last week's Salty Sunday Street Fighter 2 stream. And I'll be editing a new DSP Tries It for this weekend. This is actually a really good one. Something that I tried this past weekend and really enjoyed. And I'll share all that with you Saturday. Saturday is when I release the DSP Tries It episodes. Okay, and doing other stuff tonight too, various among other things to do behind the scenes or whatever, but, and then tomorrow, Saturday, I'll return to double gameplay streaming with more Destiny 2. What I'm hoping is maybe tomorrow I could wrap up the single-player campaign so that maybe I can move on to side quests and the like, trying to grind up my energy power level. Apparently, from what people are saying, you need to have a power level of around like 400 to do the raids that are unlocking next week. Right now, I think I'm just under 200. I think I'm like 160 something, and undoubtedly as I finish up the campaign, I'll probably end up being between 200 to 300. So it seems like I will have to do some more grinding side content in order to get to the power level for the raids next week. Okay. But we shall see. We'll see how it goes. All right. But anyway, that'll be tomorrow. More Destiny 2, and then tomorrow night, more Knack 2, the action platformer combat game that I've been playing all week. That'll continue tomorrow night. I'm on the fence about Sunday, about doing another salty Sunday Street Fighter 2 stream. Listen, I really enjoy Street Fighter 2. But there's a few factors to consider. Number one, I have been doing Street Fighter 2 every single weekend for like the past 2 months, and it does kind of get played out when you do the same thing all the time, and I understand that. The other thing is, at this point, I am now in the midst of tons, and I mean tons, of new releases, folks. If you actually take a look at it, you know, right now, I'm playing Destiny 2, Knack 2, Mario plus Rabbids, and Yakuza Kiwami. That's a lot of freaking games, right? And for me to take time off, a whole, you know, major streaming session to be doing something else right now, I don't think it's a very good idea, but at the same time, some people love it. They're like, man, I love those salty Sundays. We want to see it return. So I'm on the fence. It's like I'm torn. Listen, I want to do it, but that's just going to put me behind on everything else that I'm working on, right? So it's kind of like an executive decision I'll have to make. I'll have to decide what I want to do. At least I got today and tomorrow to think about it, right? So I'll let everybody know once I decide. All right, everybody. So that's the deal for this weekend. Next week, keep in mind, there are not major new releases until the end of the week. In fact, that being said, the only major next new release I'll be playing is Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, and that's not coming out until Friday the 15th of September. So I will be, obviously, all this week continuing on with Destiny 2 and the raids and stuff, and finishing up Knack 2, Mario plus Rabbids, all kinds of stuff this week, okay? This Tuesday coming up, I have to take off from streaming. I have personal stuff to attend to, and I have things behind the scenes to work on. So no live streams this coming Tuesday. However, I should have gameplay footage for you for that day, so it won't be a dead day on YouTube or anything like that. But that's it. You know, that's pretty much it. That one day will be an oddity, and then I'm back to the grind. Okay. Reminder that in early October, I am planning on taking off a few days, because it's basically the final opportunity to do so before weekly tons of new releases are going to be coming out for this hardcore gaming season. It looks like early October, it'll probably be, you know, as I said previously, between the 3rd to 4th of October, maybe until like maybe the 7th or 8th of October is what I'm looking at for a time frame to take a little bit of time off. All right. I'll let you know more about that as I get closer to it, but that's what it's looking like. And it's going to be just like the time off that I took in July, where I'll be cleaning the house. I'll be doing things, you know, offline that have nothing to do with, you know, my gameplay and all that stuff. What I'll probably do is right before that time happens in October, I'll be doing extended days where I'll be doing extra long gameplay so that I have lots of videos stored up, so that when I take that time off, I have videos to upload every day. All right? But more on that as I get closer. All right, outside of all that, there's one new thing I'm trying out today, folks. Yesterday, I tried the new Twitch TV extensions, okay? What that means is that these are these plugins you can use for your Twitch TV streams, on which you can have different things. So if you'll take a look below my stream today, you'll see there's a couple panels. There's the Stream Legends panel, which is just a little mini game, a grinding mini game. I think it's supposed to be like an RPG or something. And I believe it's free to play, although I've heard that if you do cheers or something, it may regenerate your HP. I have no idea. I have not tried it myself. But a few people tried it yesterday and said it was pretty cool, but it reminded them more like a MySpace Flash plugin game than anything else. Outside of that, there's also the new cheerleader leaderboard, where if you cheer on my streams, it's going to show you daily by stream who the person who cheered the most was, plus a bunch of other stuff there. In addition, it shows weekly, monthly, and of all time the biggest cheerers. Now, apparently yesterday we discovered a fault with this plugin. Apparently, it only goes by Twitch name. So if you've changed your name on Twitch, it'll basically separate your cheers. So, for example, everyone knows that Darth Viking, he's going by different names. He's going by Darth Radovan Viking now. He used to have an older name. He's cheered a ton. He's definitely the cheerleader for the stream overall. But what it did is because he changed his name on Twitch multiple times, it separated those cheer totals into different people, which obviously is not the case. But I think it's a very primitive plugin. It's not something advanced where it can see data behind the scenes and actually see who's who behind these names, right? So it's funny because Vidar is first and third, and then I believe Deep Drive should actually technically be second, but he also had two different names. So I think it shows him as like fifth or something like that, even though he's not supposed to be, because it's only one of his names and not the other. But so it is what it is. It's obviously new technology, new stuff that Twitch is trying out, and I'm sure in the future there'll be better, improved versions of all this stuff. So we'll see how it goes moving forward, but it's pretty cool that it exists. Okay. Now today I'm trying a new thing. Today I have installed the Destiny 2 Armory Overlay. What this is this is supposed to be something that on the actual Twitch stream screen, it's supposed to be able to have a little area you can click, and if you click on it at any time, it will show you what loadout I have on my character as I'm playing Destiny 2. Now I have absolutely no idea how it works. I don't know if it's going to work properly. When I just checked, it wasn't working. It was saying starting, and I'm wondering if they make you start the game before it'll actually work. I have no idea. Okay. So I hope you'll give it a look. Try it out and let me know. Give me some feedback. Does it work? Does it not work? You know, is it interesting? Is this something you'd like to see on my future Destiny 2 streams? And I get the feeling this kind of thing is going to happen for lots of games coming up. You're going to have these plugins that are going to read stats like kill-death ratio, win-loss ratio, most, favorite weapon used, most, game mode most played, stuff like that. I get in competitive games in particular online, I could definitely see this being something big with Twitch streamers, okay? So I guess we'll find out. All right, let's see. Please give me your feedback and let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Sound good? All right, well, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to read some shout-outs, and then I'm going to do my usual plug segment. One thing I want to say today, folks, before I start with anything, is two things. Number one, if you have never subbed to my channel before, but you've watched the content and you've thought about subbing, this is a great time to do it. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, there's a good discount going on Twitch, half-price subs, okay? If you actually sub to someone's channel who you've never subbed to before, it's half price. And that is actually for any level of sub. You know how there's a $5 level, a $10 level, and a $25 level? Well, now they're only $2.50, $5, and $12.50 for a limited time. I believe it's only until October 2nd. So if you've never subbed to a channel before, it's not just mine. If you've never subbed to any channel before, all right, and you're actually interested in doing that, then possibly you should check it out, all right? Now, in addition to that, if you are going to cheer during today's stream, I would ask that you, in your cheer message, please use the hashtag, hashtag charity. Hashtag charity, ladies and gentlemen. If you use that in your cheer, Twitch is actually going to donate money to the Extra Life charity, and I believe that's going on for about another week or so. What's today, the 8th? I think they said it was going on at least till the 16th. I could be wrong. They might have said the 13th, but I thought they said the 16th. Okay. So I guess we'll find out. We'll find out, as it continues. I believe it actually says, let's see here. Because I believe someone did it earlier. I believe it was, 10 days left. 10 days left. So that would be the 18th. It's still until the 18th to use that hashtag charity in your cheer. All right. Now, the good news is, if you do cheer with the hashtag charity, I still get the credit for it. So I still get the bits, but you are actually allowing Twitch to donate. So definitely, if you are going to cheer, please use hashtag charity, okay? Sound good? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us get to the shoutouts, and then we will get to the plugs, and then we'll get started. Sound good? Fair enough? All right, let me go all the way down here to the bottom. Where do we start? First of all, once again, I got to give a shout out to Golden Colts, who did a bunch of cheering overnight. I guess this is a new thing. He's been doing cheers overnight when we're not online here. So shout out to Golden Colts. I believe he did a couple hundred bits of cheering overnight. Thank you, Golden Colts. All right, so Game Master 2003 is dead actually started the cheering today with 175-bit cheer, and he said, I won't be able to watch your stream, but here are some bits. I hope Destiny's stream goes well. I hope it does too. Very interested to see what subclass I can unlock today, and then go from there, right? See, with the co-op, how it goes. Shout out to RatchetFan12, who tipped me $3. Thank you, RatchetFan. He says, I saw on Instagram that you started watching BoJack Horseman last night. How are you liking it so far? Just wait until it gets even better. I watched a bunch of episodes, but I actually passed out on the couch, fell asleep, and I don't know how much I watched. I fell asleep right in the middle of it. But the direct comparison I can make for this show, it reminds me tremendously of this other show that I watched a few years ago, Californication, starring David Duchovny. Kind of a washed-up guy who used to be a celebrity or a star or whatever, right? Some kind of a washed-up guy, and he's now, trying to make a life in California, right? And he's an alcoholic. It's a lot of similarities between Californication and this show, honestly. Excuse me. So that being said, it's not a bad show. It's just very bleak and very adult-oriented, okay? So we'll see, as I watch the show more if I like it. I thought it was all right. I wasn't blown away by it. At the same time, I didn't hate it. I was kind of fascinated by it because it has these, weird anthropomorphic animals tied into it. And I'm like, why the hell is this in the show? It's just so odd, right? It's all right. I'll see. Obviously, as I watch more of it, I'll give you my opinion. Apparently, the show has 4 seasons. I believe season 4 released last night, and I'm just watching season 1, so... People actually say the show gets better the further into it that you get. So we'll see. We shall see. But for a good first start watching it, it was all right. Shout out to Vera, who did a 10-bit cheer. She says, hello, Phil. Sleep is very important, not only for your physical health, but your mental health, too. Yes, it is. I agree. Sadly, with a lot of the stuff that's been going on with me recently, all the stuff that's been going on, sadly, I've been stressed out and having issues trying to get on a healthy sleep schedule and being able to kind of, adjust it to my new lifestyle. And, a lot of stress and stuff going on behind the scenes that I don't talk about all the time. And it just kind of screws with me. But last night I finally got a full night's sleep and, I'm feeling good today. I'm actually not drinking an energy drink for a rarity here. So, shout out to Ghastly Wears Cologne, who tipped me $20. Thank you very much, Ghastly Wears Cologne. And it says, who is more useless, Ashley Graham in Resident Evil 4 or Ben in the Walking Dead game? It's kind of funny. Any of these games where you have to either kind of escort someone or someone ends up not being useful, right? They just seem like a hassle or a hindrance to keep them alive rather than being any kind of a productive part of the gameplay of the game. It's funny, you kind of think, especially in these zombie survival horror games, there seems to be a common thread, right? Honestly, in particular, I don't remember Ben too much. Probably because he really did not have much to do with the game, I believe, in Walking Dead. I'm going to go with Ashley. She's a major pain in the fucking ass in Resident Evil 4. Like, major pain in the ass. Alright. Shout out to Between a Cock and a Hard Place, who resubscribed to my channel for the 3rd month in a row, earning himself that Silver Crown Chat badge. Congratulations, Between a Cock and a Hard Place. And thank you for the resub. Shout out to Tantamounter, who did a 300-bit cheer and said hashtag charity. Thank you very much, Tantamounter. I appreciate that. Thank you to Ace Best, who resubscribed to the channel for the 10th month in a row. Thank you very much, Ace Best. I appreciate that. Thank you. And he says, I hated Destiny 1. Is this game any better? Well, let me put it this way. Destiny 1 was the first in the series. We didn't really know what to expect. And when I played Destiny 1 and I saw that it really played like Halo, right? A combination of Halo and Borderlands, really. Nothing really original in the gameplay or gunplay of the game. The enemy types were all blatantly ripped and copied from other franchises. The gameplay itself was very grindy, and there wasn't much unique stuff to do in the game until after you beat the campaign when it unlocked some other stuff. I really wasn't too impressed with Destiny 1 at all, okay? Destiny 2, quite honestly, I mean, being honest here, more of the same, but it seems like there are a few categories of areas where they may have improved, alright? Number 1 would be the gunplay in regards to not the actual shooting, but the fact that I'm finding tons of weapons, and these weapons are constantly better than the weapons I'm using. Therefore, since I'm constantly switching between my weapons, it keeps the game fresh. I'm not using a weapon for 4 hours straight. You know what I mean? I'm using this weapon and immediately within a half an hour, switch it out for a better weapon, switch it out. And not to say that you don't do that in other FPS games as well, but it seems like it's well paced, at least during this initial gameplay of Destiny 2 that I'm doing, that I'm not getting bored of the shooting because I'm constantly using different weapons that have different properties, okay? That's a good thing. Also, even the other thing I wanted to say was the major improvement. The upgrade skill tree, you're constantly improving your abilities. So, you know, at first I just had a melee attack. Then I had a melee attack that stunned. Then the melee attack did damage over time, right? First I only had this area of effect explosion. Then it became a sword attack. Then the sword attack started shooting flaming projectiles. So because of that, it makes it interesting. It's keeping things going. Now, what I'm curious to see, once I finish the campaign and maybe I've maxed my level at level 20, when you're not constantly getting new abilities and stuff, does the game hold up or does it then get boring and repetitive, right? Same thing, once you reach the high levels, maybe the loot isn't as good. Maybe you stop constantly getting new weapons and items and things. And if that is the case, right? If that is the case, then what's going to happen, you know, is it going to be boring? I don't know. And the thing is, with the original Destiny, I really didn't go that far. And therefore, I don't know what to trust. You know, some people are like, oh, no, it's much better. And other people are like, it's the same fucking game. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. So honestly, Ace Best, I can tell you initially, the gameplay I'm doing, the gameplay itself seems like more of the same, but it seems like a few tweaks they've done to the engine and everything, the upgrades and the gun drops, makes the game better. But I can't tell you big picture yet if it's going to actually be better or not. I haven't gotten there yet, okay? Fair enough? Alright, let's keep going. Last Rambo 341 did a 200-bit cheer and did a hashtag charity, so thank you very much for including the hashtag charity in there. And said, what are some of your favorite crossover games? Crossover games. Well, Mario plus Rabbids is the current crossover game I'm playing, and that one obviously is doing, you know, I'm really enjoying it. And it's on hiatus right now for a few days until I finish up with Knack, but I really am liking it. I'm looking forward to getting back to it. Surprisingly enough, it's actually a really great, solid experience. Who knew that Mario combined with characters from another franchise and then gameplay from another franchise? I mean, let's face it, it plays like XCOM, okay? Who knew it would work, but it is. It's coming together to be a solid, congruent whole that's actually very, very good. All right? So I'm liking it very much. And I hope that you guys who've been watching it have been enjoying it. Okay? Now, other crossover games, I'm trying to think, like, it's a rarity when you actually get to see a franchise. I mean, you have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Those were pretty good to have characters from both franchises included in them, right? So those were good, I think. I'm actually trying to think of any, you know, the crossover games that I've played, like Marvel vs. Capcom, but those aren't necessarily crossover franchises. Those are crossover pop culture. You know what I mean? Like all of Marvel Comics versus all of Capcom characters. That obviously was one of the best crossover franchises of all time, in my opinion. Here's one. Kingdom Hearts. You know, the integration of characters from Square Enix style Final Fantasy games with Disney characters, and having all the Disney characters involved. That's a good crossover franchise, in my opinion. What about Smash Brothers, right? A game that integrates not only Nintendo characters, but characters from like Bandai Namco, Konami, right? That's been a good franchise. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Oh god, Kekken said Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Listen, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, not a bad idea, just really bad in its implementation. Let's put it that way. Could have been a lot better. Gameplay-wise, the fact they integrated stupid gems and everything, ugh. Completely unbalanced game, right? So, yes, folks. Favorite crossover franchises. There you go. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to get on to what everyone in the stream chat's been talking about. Alright? It appears that someone, and by the way, I know who they are because when you do tip via PayPal, I get to see who's actually sending the funds, has just gave me 2 significantly large tips. Alright? Now, I'm going to give a shout out and read their message. However, it's going to be tough to know if this is legit or not. Whenever I get a really, really large tip, I get skeptical because you never know if they're going to then try to go back on that and dispute it. Alright? And that's the bottom line, is sadly, I don't know who this person is. This isn't someone who's tipped before. And especially because of the messages that they just left me, which seem to be trollish in nature, I don't know if these are legitimate tips or not. This could be someone who's trying to troll and hope that I take the money out to pay my bills and then dispute it and screw me over. Okay? But let's go ahead and do the shout-outs, alright? Because it may be legit, I don't know. So, 2 anonymous tips. Alright, the first tip, $500, which would officially make it the largest tip that I've ever received. Alright? And it says, content. Spelled K-A-H-N-T-E-N-T. If you're not aware, that is a popular troll meme that they use for when I say the word content. They apparently like to make fun of the way that I say the word. So, hardy har, a $500 tip with a troll comment, obviously it immediately makes me skeptical that this is a legit tip. Now, it definitely could be, and if it is, I'm very appreciative, but it could also be, like I said, someone who's trying to do a dick move here. Because the bottom line is, with PayPal, I've had a very good track record. People who try to, like, pull back their tips, if I just give them the true information about the case, they've ruled in my favor every single time, okay? I've never had money actually taken from me. But, still, there's potential this person could try to screw me over and do it. And maybe they found a new way to do it, who knows? And it puts those funds in hold for several weeks. So it kind of sucks that I really need this money right now to pay bills, and I can't use it because I don't know if it's legit or not. And the person who did it, by the way, is someone who's never tipped me before, so I don't know if I could trust it. Anyway, then they tipped me again, another $150, and said, P.S., go buy some fucking headphones. See what I mean? It would have been one thing if it was like, Phil, really like your content. Here's something to really help you out right now because I know you need the help. And P.S., I hope you can get some headphones with this as well. No, it's troll message and then insulting message. So, is this legit? I don't know. I mean, I would love to say, wow, it is, and then be happy about it, but it's hard to be happy about it when I have no idea if this is legit or not, okay? So, let it be known, folks, if you are going to try to be generous, alright, and you're going to try to do something nice, try to be nice while you do it, Because you have to understand that I get people who fuck with me every single day. And that's not an exaggeration. Every single day of my life, people fuck with me in different ways. And there's no way that I can take this at face value when the messages are trollish and shit. Alright? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't go, this is this stuff that I can actually use to help me out financially. It would be great. And, if it is legit, thank you. But understand, I can't take you seriously when you say stuff like that. Alright? Alright, let's keep going. Shout out to Kushiakatori who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Season 1 of BoJack is probably the weakest, actually. So chances are you'd enjoy it more if you're okay with it at this point. Okay, well, good. If the future seasons are good, that's a good thing. I know that a lot of shows get a slow start and then get better. I guess we'll see what happens with BoJack. Shout out to Amoxorus, who did a 10-bit cheer and says, hashtag charity, Monday is my 28th birthday, can I get a shout out? Absolutely. Shout out to Amoxorus, happy birthday on Monday coming up. Shout out to Daniels Vincent 2, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Phil, we all know why you're in a good mood, Kappa. Well, I don't know what you mean. If you mean for those tips, no, I was in a good mood before I even got those tips. So I don't know what you're talking about there. And by the way, in stream chat, someone was spreading misinformation and saying something about me getting like crazy amounts of donations off stream earlier this week. That's not true. I don't know who the hell's saying that. But that was not true. Someone's like saying, oh, some mod sent Phil hundreds and hundreds of dollars. No, that's not true. That's just people, as usual, talking out of their ass, trying to be fucking dicks. So don't believe the bullshit. Shout out to Cody Carls, who did a 20-bit cheer, and he says, keep pushing ahead, gotta love the hardcore gaming season. I agree, I love this time of year. I'm having a lot of fun with all the new games. I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. And then, shout out to AES0411. Apologies, I don't know how to pronounce that. But he gave me a $2 tip and says, I am playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Switch, the Japanese version. It's a very good port. Aside from the slowdowns when you walk around the various hubs, definitely a pickup for anyone who has never experienced it. So there you go. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I believe the Americanized version or English version is supposed to be coming out in a month or two, right? I believe I saw that on the release schedule, that it is coming out for the Switch. Listen, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is a great game, as long as you didn't play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. And I stick to that because it was very incredibly similar to the first game. And that was the problem, in my opinion. It was too similar, alright? It was very much too similar to the very first game. And that's why I didn't necessarily like it as much as the original. But, that being said, if you've never played one before and you're a fan of Dragon Ball, definitely check it out, alright? Alright, I think we're done with all the shoutouts. We can finally begin the gameplay, folks. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you for a good pre-stream and everything. What I'm going to do right now is, like I said, we're going to jump into Destiny 2, do that solo mission to unlock the subclass, and then go from there. Okay? Everyone good? I will say this. Shout out to Tana Mounter, who's done the 300... Is that... Hold on a second. I want to make sure that that's the cheerleading for today. I believe it is. Yes, Tana Mounter has the top cheer for today with 300 bits. One other thing, as I said, as I jump into Destiny here, if you guys could let me know if this overlay is working. There's supposed to be this overlay that shows my stats in the game, supposedly. Like, what level I am, what equipment I'm using. If you guys could let me know if it's working, I'd be very appreciative, alright? Fair enough. Last but not least, since everyone is freaking talking about it, if you want to know my thoughts about what's going on right now with the SOK, the Sons of Kojima, I issued a public statement last night on Twitter. It's the only one I'm making. Alright? Don't expect for me to constantly be talking about it. I'm done with it. I said what I had to say, and I'm moving on positively, and I'm not going to mention it anymore. So I understand people are just getting up to speed and coming to the stream chat. What's going on with this? What's Phil have to say? I already said my piece last night on Twitter. Go check it out if you haven't. And that's the end of that. Fair enough? Alright. Thank you, everybody. Time to begin with Destiny 2, and here we go.